Okay, so today's our last read aloud for this unit, believe it or not. That was short, right? And we're just going to do a very quick read aloud about somebody who is one of my personal heroes, and his name was John Muir, or John Muir. Never know how to pronounce it. Um, and you can read along, follow along in your reader on chapter 9. And we're going to be filling out activity page 9.1 for this. It's only one page. I don't think it should take you too long. And when you're done with all of this, you're going to take your final test. Then we'll be done with CKLA for the year. Crazy, right? So let's get started. This is a picture of the Grand Yosemite Valley. It is in Yosemite National Park, a huge national park in California. It is easy to see why people fall in love with Yosemite and consider it to be America's most beautiful national park. Yosemite is also home to a rich ecosystem. Someday you might get a chance to visit Yosemite. If you are very lucky, you may see a mountain lion. This is America's big cat. It's not as big as an African lion, but it is still at the top of the Yosemite food chain. You are far more likely to see squirrels in Yosemite. There are oak trees and acorns in Yosemite, but there are also plenty of other seeds and grains to eat and berry. John Muir was the first American to discover the beauty of Yosemite. However, he was one of the first to declare it as a national treasure. More importantly, he worked to make Yosemite and other special lands were protected forever. John Muir was born in Scotland. In 1849, when he was 10 years old, his family moved to the United States. They lived on a farm in Wisconsin. John Muir loved reading as much as he loved nature. He grew up reading books by famous American naturalists. These books were all about plants, animals, and the forces of nature. Muir read books by two of America's most famous naturalists, Henry David Thoreau and Ralph Waldo Emerson. When he was about 30 years old, Muir walked over 1,000 miles from Indiana to Florida. He took what he called the wildest, leafiest way he could find, and he loved every minute of it. A few years later, he wandered out to California. Let's just stop there and talk about that for a second, because this guy was so crazy. He walked from Indiana to Florida. He walked. I don't even know how long that took him. In California, Muir hiked in the Sierra Nevada mountains. This incredible landscape inspired him to start the Sierra Club. Today, the Sierra Club is America's oldest and largest environmental organization. It has thousands of members. Muir became a well-known writer. He wrote books and articles about America's national treasures. A few years after Muir started the Sierra Club, a man named Teddy Roosevelt was elected President of the United States. In the image on the next page, Roosevelt and Muir are posing for a picture in Yosemite. Teddy Roosevelt and John Muir had a lot in common. They both loved nature. They were both conservationists, which means they wanted to protect natural treasures. Teddy Roosevelt used the power of the presidency to protect over 200 million acres of American wilderness. American conservationists like Muir and Roosevelt have saved millions of acres from being paved over by cities and roads. They have also saved many important animals from extinction. The bald eagle is the national bird of the United States. The eagle is a symbol of strength and freedom. There was a time not so long ago when the bald eagle was endangered, meaning that scientists were afraid it might become extinct, just like the dinosaurs. Eagles became endangered for a number of reasons. People used to hunt eagles to make nice trophies for their living rooms. Pesticides and other chemical pollution harmed eagles as well. Lastly, eagles lost a lot of their habitat and nesting grounds due to farming and the growth of cities. About 100 years ago, there were only a few eagles left. Then, the U.S. Congress passed laws protecting bald eagles. It is illegal to hunt them. Farmers stopped using certain chemicals. Large areas of land, such as Yellowstone National Park and other parks, were reserved as habitats for eagles and other wildlife. All of this helped save the bald eagle population. Today, they are no longer in danger of becoming extinct, as long as people continue to be careful. The eagle's history teaches an important story about protecting ecosystems. People almost caused eagles to become extinct, but through hard work and dedication, people also managed to save eagles. Today, we have eagles because some people cared enough to convince other Americans that the eagles were worth saving. There are many incredible ecosystems to visit in the United States. They are all there thanks to the work of conservationists and groups like the Sierra Club. Are you willing to work to help protect America's natural ecological treasures? Okay, so that is it for our read aloud. And we're going to go through these questions. You might need to check in your reader to find the answers to some of these. And don't forget, I just read from chapter 9. You need to think of 3 reasons why bald eagles became endangered. And why did the landscape of the Sierra Nevada mountains, which was in California, how did that help John Muir decide to start the Sierra Club? And remember, the Sierra Club is a club that tries to protect nature. And what does it mean to be a conservationist? And you're going to write the main idea and how you're willing to help protect America's treasures. Okay, so that's our last reading. When you're done, please log into the Nearpod link so that you can take the test, and you'll be done. Thank you so much for your hard work. I wish I could teach you guys about all of this nature stuff for another month because there's so much I want to share and show you. But I hope that you will, take the chance to go outside and enjoy the nature that's around you. And I'm excited that you are done. Congratulations. Give yourself a pat on the back.